Hello, this is Dave Travels in Time. So today I'm doing a live stream on why misgendering hurts. Sorry I didn't have it yesterday. I got busy and I totally spaced it. So today I'm doing it. Why misgendering hurts. So I'm going to go into details about why it hurt for me. And by the way, I was never taught that, I have to be trans. I was joking with somebody on Twitter about that. And they literally thought I was taught that, but I was just messing with them. No, I felt like this for a long time. It had nothing to do with the schools teaching me this. About being trans, it was me who felt like, I didn't feel like, when somebody called me Mr. or Sir, it didn't describe me, And it's been since I'd say high school, I felt like I didn't feel like male really, Yeah, and basically it kind of started to when I got bullied, stuff too. People were like, "Oh, why are they wearing makeup?" Like this friend of mine, he was like, well, ex-friend now. He's like, "Why are you wearing makeup?" And then said it to the whole art class, right? And basically, just totally disrespectful. And all the students were looking at me. It's so freaking embarrassing, dude. Like seriously, it's like, ugh. And that was the first thing that stung. So I think that's why I kept it secret for so long too, because it's just like back then, this was like 2008, 2009, kind of like bigger deal about, coming out as transgender and stuff. So yeah. And that's why I always got triggered too. Like I had a staff member. I'm not going to say, I'll just say their name was or Jimmy, even though technically that's not their name. But this person would just disrespect me. And I said, please don't call me the kind sir thing. And he kept doing it anyway, like 50 times. And I said, please don't. I'm just asking you kindly not to say that. And he kept saying it. And I just melted down. And I even gave him a piece of paper saying, please do not call me this, right? And he did not respect me. And he would go, "Oh, I care about you. I love you so much. Oh," right? And it was just like, dude, seriously? You're going to say that now after you keep saying this word and title I don't really like to be called at all, and I respectfully was nice about it. And he kept doing it anyway. I even gave him a piece of paper. Please do not call me this. Please. I'm asking you nicely. This is the piece of paper. Please don't call me this. Please. And he kept calling me that like hours after. So he knew what he was doing. He wanted that reaction, He totally wanted that reaction. And unfortunately, guess what? I gave it to him. I did, I gave in because I got upset because he kept doing it, not respecting my wishes. And it hurts. It hurts when people do that. When you respectfully say, please do not call me that. Either just call me by my name, but don't call me the kind sir thing. Please don't call me that. Please. And he kept doing it, like right after, I gave him the piece of paper saying, please, I will not call Dave this kind sir thing. And it was like an hour after he just kept doing it. He kept doing it. Oh, man. I was so upset. Dude, I was so freaking upset, like totally upset, And, ugh. And ugh. And so for the longest time, I didn't feel male, right? And it has to do with the brain. Like everybody's brain is built differently, right? So I just never felt it. So I would play this role of being male, right? just to please everybody else, but I never really felt it. And that's why I would melt down over being called gentleman and all this stuff because it didn't describe me. And wait, I got a message here. Sorry. Just the Power Ranger chat. They're on Facebook right now. What is this person? Yeah. No, it's just about respect. All right, dude. We're going to put you on timeout for a little bit. Putting the user in timeout. Not going to engage with that. All right. Proud of myself. See, I handled that well. Okay. Anyway. So, yeah. It's been for years, and then I finally came out over a year ago. So seriously, and it's like, when it's cool, I have this voice app too. Like I can actually do my voice tone is naturally tenor or alto. So I've been watching Friends a lot lately, and I've been watching Phoebe and her voice and stuff. She's pretty awesome. She's probably my favorite Friends character. Out of all of them, she's so funny. Her comments and stuff. She's kind of the quirky one. Anyway, that has nothing to do with why we're just generating here. Random. Okay. So. Okay. My girlfriend says she said no. Nice. Awesome. All right. Got one person watching. Wonder if that's the same person. Whatever. It's fine. Whatever. So yeah. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent here. But yeah, I never really felt male, so. And it felt good coming out. And I have these diversity pins that I got from this awesome organization I'm a part of. They gave them to me and my girlfriend. Celebrate diversity, fight for equity, embrace inclusion. Okay. So yeah, every time a waiter and stuff would, call me those words that didn't describe me, I was like, I don't see myself as that. But that was before I came out, so I just held my tongue. I'm like, okay, whatever. That's the way they see me. But I feel a lot more freedom coming out, and I feel happy. I feel happy. My girlfriend's been supportive. Family's been supportive. That, hey, I'm not a male. I don't see myself as masculine, I always saw myself more feminine, So that's when I came out as a trans woman, And it feels good. So anyway, so why does it hurt? It validates your identity, basically. It validates somebody's identity. So even if you unintentionally do it, it can still hurt, And I'm actually going to share screen. Why don't I do that? Where's the share screen on this thing? Oh, so they changed everything on this thing now. Oh, where's share screen on this thing? Dude, really? Oh, new studio. God, I hate how they changed everything now. Are you kidding me? Where's share screen on this thing? Oh, present or invite. Okay. Yeah, share screen. Oh, okay, there it is. Took me there a while for a second. Okay, that's just all my other windows. So I'll create another tab. Okay. So this is from the trans organizations in California. Basically, it validates our identity, which is true. Basically, the other person sees you as something you're not, even though physically to them, you're the other gender, So it validates the person's identity. And that's why I say hello, everyone. I don't even say sir or ma'am anymore because I know how it feels. So The act of misgendering, here we go. Is the screen working, I hope? Yeah. The act of misgendering, whether it's intentional or not, can cause someone to feel fundamentally misunderstood, which is so true, and disrespected. Just like that person, Nick, or that person, Jimmy, who kept calling me that stuff. And I said, please don't call me that. Even worse, the experience can make a misgendered person feel unsafe in their environment. Being misgendered is usually a harrowing experience that can do lasting damage. It can. It really can. And this is from Talkspace.com. They're pretty good. Yeah. Written by Elizabeth Kedem, or what's her name? Keelan. I don't know if I can pronounce that right. Yeah, let's look at this article too. Understanding, honoring different gender identities is essential to living in a world that fosters and respects individuality and inclusiveness. So true. Misgendering, when the wrong gender, pronoun, or name is used, can be incredibly damaging to those who identify as a transgender person or consider themselves within the transgender spectrum. That's so true. The act of misgendering, whether it's intentional or not, can cause someone to feel fundamentally misunderstood and disrespected. Even worse, the experience can make a misgendered person feel unsafe in their environment. Being misgendered is usually a harrowing experience that does lasting damage. For marginalized communities, including persons that identify as trans or gender diverse, studies show the added stress of misgendering can exacerbate existing mental health conditions, leading to a known increase in anxiety, depression, and poor self-esteem. Yeah, unfamiliar concept to some, yeah. In simplest terms, it means incorrectly labeling someone's gender by using the wrong pronouns like sir or mister or ma'am when they're identify as male or non-binary. By using the wrong pronouns or names when addressing them. This seemingly simple acts can have far-reaching implications that affect people on both an emotional and psychological level. The concept of misgendering has come to focus recently as part of society attempts to create a more inclusive environment that honors gender diversity. Despite growing awareness, many people still unknowingly engage in misgendering due to lack of knowledge. And that's the thing. If they actually did say it once, okay, fair enough, right? Then you explain to them, okay, well, actually, I came out as a trans woman. I'm actually not a male gender, Say it like that, I think they'll understand. But if they keep doing it, if they keep, going at it and, mocking your gender identity, that's not okay. You definitely got to report it. If it's a waiter, if it's a dentist, whatever. If it's more than 3 times, especially, they know what they're doing. While several forms of misgendering can occur, they still have the same hurtful, harmful impact. The first form often involves the misuse of pronouns, miscalling a female he rather than she, or using the wrong pronoun, or referring to a trans man as she instead of he, are some examples of incorrect pronoun use. It's important to note some people prefer non-binary pronouns like they, them. Yep, I knew a person like that. I knew a person that was non-binary. Another typical scenario is dead name and using the wrong name to address someone. Yeah. Appearance. Yeah. See, that's the thing with me. With its facial hair, especially. Honestly, my voice isn't that low. I got a tenor alto, so it's kind of in that, not super high, but not super low. All right. Here's what. All right, Richard, you want me to talk? All right. I'll tell you gently. It's not forcing someone to believe. It's because it's in the way we feel inside. I never felt a male, I was male. Okay. And it's just by respecting pronouns, basically. I'm sorry. I'm just really cautious about transphobia. So it's so that's why I was kind of sorry I put you on timeout. But I've encountered it so much that I'm just really cautious, But yeah, it's not. You're probably not being disrespectful. So I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. So I'll keep you for right now. So it's different than Christian beliefs about. It's different, right? And some people, unfortunately, are never going to get it. You're going to try and teach them, and it's just they're just never going to understand. Hey, actually, I'm this gender. I'm not. I never felt masculine, And some other people, it's the opposite. They might be born body-wise or assigned, whatever you want to say, genitalia. Like, I didn't ask to have, the genitalia I have, right? If I had my choice, I would have been born with a vagina, okay? But it didn't happen. So can't change that. I just have to deal with it. That's just the way it happens. So and it's not forcing someone to play with longer belief. It's what we physically feel in our hearts, what we are. That's different than just playing a character. And that's all I got to say. Anyway, let's keep reading. This is a really cool article, by the way. I really like this. In studies surveying 28,000 people identify as transgender, about 32% have had negative experiences, including being attacked, denied services, or harassed due to having gender listed on the government ID that doesn't match their presentation. Ouch. Yeah, that's hurtful. And misgendering is linked to feeling of disrespect and alienation with social circles. Yeah, like when I had makeup on, right? This guy looked at me so bizarrely, right? Like, and it was funny. It's like he assigned me a mixture of genders. Like he called me Mr. Jennifer. I thought that was hilarious. Honestly, I thought it was kind of funny. It's like, really? I didn't engage with it though. Research suggests the marginally communities face increased stress. Yeah, and I think it's because people are afraid because people that weren't born with understanding this, it freaks them out. I guess the fact that they feel they're not the gender they were, or sex, I should say, assigned at birth, or whatever you want to call it. And it just weirds people out, I guess, that aren't used to it. But honestly, we've been around for like 1,000 years, probably. Some people even say Alexander the Great might have been non-binary. Don't know for sure. But even those actors that were in Shakespeare back in the 1600s, I bet you some of them, even though, like the ones that were playing female, maybe they were to, their gender identity was female, even though their sex at birth or whatever was male, right? I mean, it's possible, and unfortunately, they were afraid to come out because of their gender identity, because probably it would have been worse, way worse back then to come out. So back in the 1600s, yeah, I bet it would have been way worse, honestly. Bet it would have been really bad. But anyway, I'm going to have haters, I'm sure, that'll just like, but it's fine. Basically, what I have to do is just be myself. Can't please everybody, right? At the end of the day, you can't please everybody. Got to just be happy with what you are as a person. And that person left. Okay. What else is there to talk about? Safely express emotions. Ask for pronouns. Yeah. I feel like workers should just do that in general. Like they shouldn't just go, hi, Mr. or Sir, or hi, ma'am, if they don't know for sure, you know? If they're unsure, they should just ask. I mean, we're not going to get offended. Because be like, oh, I go by this, you know? Honestly, I feel like that's what I would do. If I got a job again, I would totally do that. Because I know how it feels. To use gendered and stuff. So and obviously I have, family, they're getting used to it, but they're doing their best. They respect my identity, who I am, and that's awesome. I'm lucky to have family. And family doesn't always have to be blood, and I have more supportive family that aren't blood by blood, honestly, because I don't really talk to them, my blood relatives, because they're kind of toxic. So and Hope Services that I'm involved with, they're supportive. They're awesome too. My girlfriend and her family that I'm a part of, they're supportive. Extremely grateful. Um, and I realized I couldn't please people. I was friends with these people that I didn't know weren't supportive of trans, so I had to get rid of them. I kind of realized it too because there was one. I'm not going to mention his name, but it hurt when I came out or gave him a hint I was coming out. So yeah.
What?
Do you want to moderate for me?
It's just a home.
That's okay. I'll delete it. What do you think?
Can you leave it?
Yeah.
Tired.
All right. So this is the Why Misgendering Hurts Part 1. Actually, I'll do a Part 2. I'm going to redo this stream because this was an impromptu where I'll come even more prepared. But this is just a sample. 22 minutes in. Hope whoever watched got at least a little bit informed. But I'm going to redo this again probably tomorrow. All right. Take care. Peace. Bye for now.